Un gran gusto saludarles hoy por la mañana. Son las 7:01. Good morning and welcome to today's edition of the Sugar City Morning Show. Always a pleasure to greet you wherever you may be. We're transmitting live from Nortevisión, Channel 10 here in Orange Walk, right smack in the outskirts of Orange Walk, Trial Farm to be exact. And we have arrangements with cable signal providers that permits our channel to be viewed throughout the length and breadth of this beautiful country of ours. Here in Orange Walk, we are viewed through Center Cable at channel 60, on channel 60, as well as in Corozal and in Belize City, and it depends on which provider you have. You can also view us on channel 17. In the south and in the central part and in San Pedro, you can view us on the digital channel 119111. Buenos días Mango Creek, buenos días Benque Viejo, buenos días Belmopan, ¿qué tal? Un gran gusto saludarles. Tenemos una audiencia bastante fiel en Mango Creek y nos da mucho gusto enviarles saludos atentos. Hoy, como siempre, un día más, compañeros, un día más para agradecer a nuestro Creador porque amaneció y estamos vivos y por eso hay que darle las gracias. Padre, te damos las gracias por todas tus bendiciones. Hoy permitiste otro milagro que podamos vivir. Padre, te agradezco todo lo que haces por mí, por mis familiares, por mis compañeros de trabajo, por todos que se unen a esta oración en este momento. Te pido que nos continúes bendiciendo. Te pido, Padre, que podamos empezar a ser dignos de todas tus bendiciones. Porque muchas veces recibimos y nosotros como grandes hipócritas, prometiendo jamás nunca hacerle daño a otras personas y a los 5 minutos ya lo hacemos. Permítanos, Padre, salir de estas cadenas del egoísmo que nos atan y que nos hacen lastimar al prójimo, gritarle al prójimo, faltar el respeto al prójimo, no tener consideración, no tener compasión al prójimo. Permítanos, Padre, ser más humilde y para que podamos tener buenas relaciones con nuestros semejantes. Como siempre, Padre, te pido por los niños que andan por las calles con hambre. Te pido también, Padre, por los enfermos que en los hospitales o en las cárceles y aquellas personas en sus casas que están enfermos. Te pido también, Padre, por aquellas personas que recién perdieron un ser querido. Confórtalos, Padre. Y por todos nosotros, que tengamos un día exitoso. Te bendecimos tu nombre, Padre, te adoramos y te glorificamos siempre. Amén. If you've just joined us, it's exactly 5 minutes after 7 o'clock. If today is your birthday, have a blast. Yes. It's easily the most important day in the year for you. And what I mean, have a blast? Go to work, absolutely. But enjoy yourself being with your family. If you want to buy a cake, if you want to buy some little lemonade, or if you want to have some drinks, everything is in order, as long as it is within moderation. This is the general weather forecast for today, Tuesday, January 16th, and the general situation is described as the following. Cool and mostly dry conditions will prevail over our area. And a lot of people shouting hoorah, because some people, you meet them on the streets and say, I just love this weather. Well, tell you what, I do too. But it's not going to be with us forever, but let's enjoy it whilst we can. The 24-hour forecast is variably cloudy with generally isolated showers, mostly over southern offshore areas. The winds blowing from the north-northwest, 10 to 20 knots. The sea state moderate to rough. Just let me quickly do this. Yes. And there is a small craft caution that remains in effect for occasional gusty winds and locally rough seas. So People out there, especially if you are on the sea, open seas, and if you're taking passengers, please exercise maximum caution. Temperatures along the coast, 77 degrees as a max, 67 degrees as a low. Inland, 80 degrees as a max, and, well, we're going to descend back again to 61 degrees Fahrenheit. And in the hills, 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and going down to 54 degrees Fahrenheit. The outlook for tomorrow, Wednesday, variably cloudy with isolated showers developing. There's a high tide this morning at 22 minutes after 10, a low tide at 3:30 p.m., a second high tide at 9:36 this evening, and the second low tide tomorrow morning at 12 minutes before 5. The sun sets, actually the sun rose this morning at 26 after 6, and the sun sets this evening at 5:38. The moon rose this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning and is setting this evening at 5:30. Thank you, Sheena Young, for this information. Muy buenos días, compañeros. Este es el reporte del estado del tiempo para hoy martes, el 16 de enero. Si cumples años hoy, que la pases de maravilla. Si estás celebrando un aniversario, igualmente te deseo todo lo mejor. Condiciones frescas y bastante secas continúan controlando nuestro clima aquí en Belice. Entonces, para las siguientes 24 horas, por momentos nublado, con chubascos generalmente aislados, pero más sobre la porción del sur y en el mar, en el área del sur del país. Los vientos del norte-noroeste de 10 a 20 nudos, el estado del mar moderado a súper agitado. Todavía aún permanece una nota de cautela para aquellas pequeñas embarcaciones. Por favor, ejercer máximo cuidado porque pudiera presentarse una situación bastante peligrosa, y especialmente cuando se trata de pasajeros, pues no podemos tomar libertades. Así que, por favor, ejercer máximo cuidado. Temperaturas por la costa, 77 como una máxima y 67 como una mínima. Temperatura ideal para San Pedro y para las islas. En el interior del país, porque no tiene el efecto estabilizador del mar, subimos a 80 grados Fahrenheit, pero bajamos a 61 Fahrenheit. Y por las colinas, compañeros, bastante agradable, bastante fresco, a 66 como una máxima y 54 como una mínima. Se espera que mañana miércoles esté por momentos nublado, con chubascos aislados desarrollando sobre el país. Una marea alta hoy por la mañana a las 10:22, una marea baja a las 3:30 por la tarde, una segunda marea alta hoy por la noche a las 9:36 y una segunda marea baja a las 4:48, pero eso es hasta mañana por la madrugada. El sol salió hoy a las 6:26 y el sol se oculta hoy por la tarde a las 5:38. La luna salió justo a las 6 por la mañana y se oculta hoy por la tarde a las 5:30. Compañeros, vamos a agradecerle a Sheena Young por esta información, porque de lo que veo estuvo en su lugar desde mucho antes de las 6 para poder preparar y poner en su sitio web esta información para que personas como yo y otras personas puedan compartirlo con ustedes. Hay que agradecer a estas personas que están desde muy temprano en sus lugares de trabajo. Muy buenos días. También quiero felicitar a las personas que han estado en su chamba todo durante la noche. Me refiero a los doctores, a las enfermeras, a los asistentes, a las personas que trabajan en los hospitales, que no necesariamente sean doctores ni enfermeras, pero que hacen una labor dentro del hospital y una labor muy importante. Muy buenos días. También quiero felicitar a los policías, a los agentes de aduana, a los agentes de migración que pues al final del día han estado despiertos desde muy temprano, toda la noche algunos de ellos, asegurando que los servicios que os ofrecen continúen durante las horas de la noche cuando nosotros estamos debajo de la colchita y durmiendo pacíficamente. También saludo, pues ya que estamos saludando, también incluimos a los agentes de seguridad, los trabajadores de las fábricas y también muchas otras personas que encuentran durante la noche para hacer su trabajo. Que la pasen de maravilla. Hoy, compañeros, tenemos invitados también. Son las 7:13. Tenemos que reconocer igualmente a nuestros patrocinadores, a los señores dueños de las empresas que anuncian en esta estación de televisión. Estamos hablando de el señor German Vega y la señora Karen Vega, también el señor Eduardo Vega del Benque. También muchas gracias al honorable Gaspar Vega, el señor Derek Gillis Meat Shop, también Social Investment Fund, Telemedia, Northern Medical Specialty Plaza, Government of Belize Press Office, Northern Medical, sí, ya lo dije, y algunas otras agencias y empresas. Compañeros, un gran gusto saludarles. Vamos a tomar una pausa cuando son las 7:14, pero estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios no se vayan.
Busta. They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Busta. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things ever run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Busta.
Continue staying in touch with your friends and family with Digicel. From now until the end of January, take advantage of our $2.99 promotion and receive an unbelievable 100 minutes of talk time to PTL and Digicel numbers and 100 texts. You can also activate the plan to call your loved ones abroad in Canada, USA, and Mexico. Receive 50 minutes of talk time and 50 texts for only $2.99. All you need to do is dial star 100 to activate. Digicel's $2.99 promotion, now extended through January.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
Every day when my daddy gets up to go to work, he says this is for me to have a better life. But I say, Daddy, we have a better life. Mommy don't have to leave home to wash my clothes anymore. We don't have to go all the way to a pump and back home those heavy buckets. No, Mommy just have to turn on the pipe and wash up and make we bathe as long as we want. Even the school teacher make we wash we hand the pipe instead of a nasty bucket like before. Citadel, life is better. Water the life.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Down. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos, compañeros. It's exactly 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. We have already somebody on the line. Good morning, Delvi.
Good morning. Good morning.
Delvi has been very gracious in calling us every Tuesday and every Thursday and share one of her poems which she has written in an effort to try to stimulate our growth and also to give us some sort of comfort. Delvi, adelante.
Okay, this morning this one is entitled He's Unchangeable.
He is unchangeable. Adelante, Delvi.
Yes. We came and found the world a certain way. Everyone chooses to dance to his own tune, not worrying about tomorrow, for all we have is today. We found sin, we found destruction, we found damage, we found hurt. But to live a life defeated does not do justice to Jesus' birth. Everyone is stuck in their ways. Nobody feels the need to change. To hear the word I love you, to some people even feel strange, as they have been hurt by so many, even those that are close. But the Lord is the author and finisher of all things said and done. So why then do we still look on from the nose? For years they've been killing, for years they've been crying, for years we have heard that the coming very soon is the Lord's time. But it hasn't happened yet. No, it won't happen again. When you die, that's when your world will end. But like a thief in the night will be the coming of the Lord's reign, not to scare or to frighten, but who then are we if even the Lord felt pain? When do we reach that point when we realize that all we have is the moment, thanks to His grace? Amidst the darkness, the Lord still shows us His face. If we look beyond social controversies, religion, financial status, and race, for the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, He still remains the same. Now, communities, personalities, families, jobs, homes, even lives may change, but the Lord was then, now is, and forever remains the same.
Great, great, great. I just want to ask you a question, Delvi.
Yes.
Every time you call, you share with us a poem, and it seems to me that you have a rather large collection of poems, and every time it's different. I don't recall you repeating yourself, and I think that one time we even spoke about helping you publish or do some sort of compendium or do some sort of collection. You know, have you advanced in that respect in terms of like getting yourself a publisher? Or do you?
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
I think that you should.
Yes, I want to, I will, but at the moment I am teaching, so it's kind of hard for me to get around. But I do have the collection, I do have a large collection, so.
Okay.
I have faith that God will open a way for me.
And I'm sure that He will, just maybe He's trying our patience. Thank you very much, Delvi.
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. Have a good day.
You too now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Today it is my distinct pleasure, and we have guests already with us. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome immediately to my left, Mr. Jose Cocom. Good morning, and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr.
And also Mr. Ruben Campos, who is with us. Negrito, morning, and welcome. Let me see what this call is about. Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
El programa, pero nosotros en la aldea no podemos buscar, se ve todo lluvioso.
¿Se ve todo lluvioso en la aldea?
Sí.
Ok, no tienes cable, ¿verdad?
No, yo no tengo cable, pero yo tengo la cajita analog, pero todos los otros canales se ven bien y solo ese no se ve.
Pues extraño. Pero dices que tienes la cajita, pero eso es por lo general cuando tienes cable.
No, yo tengo el analog que se compra para cuando no tienes cable.
Oh, ok, muy bien. Ok, me está diciendo uno de los técnicos que le van a elevar el nivel de transmisión para que se logre ver mejor. Y muchas gracias por esa información, porque sin tu llamada, pues muchas veces no nos damos cuenta de los defectos. Muchas gracias.
Y nosotros dependemos porque todas las mañanas eso es lo único que vemos.
Muchas gracias.
Salir a trabajar y cosas así, ¿no?
Claro que sí. Se va a elevar el nivel de transmisión inmediatamente. Muchas gracias.
Okay, muchas gracias.
Compañeros, welcome back to the
Buenos
Sugar
días.
City Morning
Good
Show.
morning,
Buenos
good
días.
morning. Good morning to everyone.
Sí, pues le agradecemos a las personas que nos llaman. ¿Cómo están?
Very good, Mr. Emmanuel. Very good. First of all, I'd like to say good morning to everyone in Orange Walk Tongue listening in tune. I also like to say a special good morning to my brothers over there at BSI, working hard on the shift right now.
You just came off ship, or you going on a ship?
I'll be going in shortly.
You'll be going in shortly. Ruben?
Buenos dias. I want to thank the caller, just like you, for advising that the transmission needs to be and will be extended due to, sometimes you have technical adjustments we made. But I just want to say good morning, especially to Delvi, to see that I really appreciate your poem, and I think the words at the beginning, and I believe I can stand to be corrected in the title, he is unchangeable. And this rings a wider bell in indicating to all of us that in our community, we are all brothers and sisters in our community. And we should never change that spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood. And it's used when you go to church. The priest says, hermanos y hermanas. When you go to any other religious sector, they tell you, my brothers, my sisters. When you join a union, they tell you, my brothers and sisters. And I thank her specifically because, you know, the brotherhood and the family of life is unchangeable. Again, so long as we reach out to one another. So therefore, thank you very much for that beginning, and I think that signals a direction of how we deal with our day-to-day life.
Just to quickly add on to that, something that I think that it would be remiss of me not to mention, but the fact that faithfully, Delvi has been calling us every Tuesday and every Thursday for the past almost 2 years.
Wow. She's very prolific. She sounds like she's very prolific.
At her own expense. And she's very prolific when it comes to writing. Believe me, she has huge amount of poems, and everything is trying to stimulate people's emotional and spiritual growth.
And
because,
it just goes to show that the potential that Orange Walk Kenyans have. I mean, I believe Miss Delvi is from Tong or from part of. She's from Chalfam. She's part of Orange Walk, and it just goes to show the extent of the creativity and the potential that we have in Orange Walk that is just not being exploited at the moment. We need to create a platform for artists in our community to display their talents, because many a times there are high schools, there are institutions that have shows that want to show the students' inner talents, but they only display it for a certain period of time, for a certain audience. Why not open it to the wider audience? Why not have a continuous show every weekend in a public arena? For example, at the park. We have a lot of facilities around town that we can utilize to help display the talents of every Orange Walk Kenyan. It doesn't have to be creative arts. It can mean other art forms. So that's something that we need to tap into as not only as members of Orange Walk Town, but as the municipality. We need to see every single niche that can be exploited and go for it.
Okay, I agree with you 100%. I would even venture to say, to add on to that, that a lot of people, we as a community, we can grow even more if each and every individual would take time out to do something for the community. If we just have a commitment to say, tell you what, I'm going to take care of the median in front of me, and I'm going to water the plants, and I'm going to do that. But then a lot of us become discouraged after 2 weeks and go like, Cho, I don't want to do it anymore, because then they come and haul up all the plants and so forth. And then come to think of it, the project is dead. You tried, but the point is, if you are tenacious, if you are say, tell you what, I will insist, and that is the key word, insisting and making sure that you come through with successful with what you. And if they come and haul it up, you plant it again.
Yeah, you need to remain persistent. You need to remain persistent, because any big project started with an idea, and every big project has its obstacles, and there will be naysayers. However, the persistence that you have to get the job done will supersede the expectations.
We like when people talk to us about that, because that means that person is not complacent.
Yeah.
There's a commitment from the people when you initiate a project or a plan like that, Emmanuel. That is why I have always been saying that whether we go to church, whether we deal with politics or education in our municipality, we're in the political season, getting geared for the municipal elections, that we walk and we build one road in which all of us walk together. We may have difference of opinions, we may have different points of view, but I think the cause in our town, in our municipality, is to ensure that that road that we're building to grow and move forward for Sugar City should be our utmost utmost responsibility as citizens. When we talk about democracy, we talk about the participation of the people, and not only in terms and times of election, but the participation of the people whenever, as Jose has said, developing an idea, developing a plan, putting your inputs, so that, like you said, Emmanuel, I'm just putting the little pieces together, that the citizens and we will be putting water to this plan, to this development, that we will grow. If you do a half road and leave a half road, then you will not have the same level and the same
Muchas
speed.
gracias.
So
Yep.
I think the inspiration for the development is to look and focus on that road. And if and life is dramatic, and like you said, the good Lord is unchangeable, but we are changeable. Because in the poem say we go day to day, and it's up to us to build. So if the half road is not going there, then we must change to find that team and those people that would focus on a mission, on a goal, and an objective to build this road for all Orangewakeños. And then we build and we move forward. And I think inspiration comes in many ways. You know, it does not necessarily have to be a political slang, but with the people's input. Remember, in the mornings, Emmanuel, you start off with your prayer and thanks to God. No, even in politics, if we don't seek God's direction to help us to love one another and to say, look, why do we go to vote? Jose is a candidate for UDP because he's committed to working with Philip de la Fuente and a working team. And so, and we say, okay, we support because we want a working team for Orange Walk, but we must develop this belief of this brotherhood of brothers and sisters that we work together, so let's hold hands and build it together. Okay? They teach you to say please, they teach you to say thank you. We say thank you to those who are there, but we move forward because we need to continue to grow and move forward. You know, the love for Sugar City, the love for Orange Walk, and the love for our country, that is unchangeable also. We are sons of the soil, given by the grace of God. See? So politics is not always about I like you, I don't like you. It's about how can we work as a family together to develop our community. And that invitation on election time is to ask you for the vote. And we feel that Philip de la Fuente, a worker, his working team of 6, make a team of 7, and okay, opportunities are given, so let's work with them. So I think, Emmanuel, without really realizing, you know, you created this morning an excellent path for discussion, that you must water the plant every day. And like you were telling me this morning, aunque sea a las 5 de la mañana, por tu salud, por tu ejercicio, por saber que ves al cielo lo que Dios te dio, tú caminas, pero eso únicamente lo haces por dedicación. Si una mañana te levantas, bueno, me siento flojera, agarro taxi, voy a esperar, no llegas, pero tú tienes ese compromiso de que tú eres un creyente de que tú puedes hacer cosas si pones tu mente a hacerlo.
Puesto, given that background that we have just pretty much established, I'm going to ask Jose, ¿qué le ofreces al pueblo de Orange Walk?
Well, Mr. Emmanuel, Mr. Ruben started off well by establishing that it takes a communal effort to get the job done. I work in an environment where efficiency, safety, productivity is essential.
And safety is way up there.
I always tell the guys that whenever we give an instruction to them, if you feel like your life is at risk, don't do it. If you feel like it's something illegal, don't do it. Other than that, we need to get the job done. So, with that said, I am an employee at BSI ASR. I've been there for the past 6 years. I am a process technician. I'm in charge of the processing of the product. So I'm in charge from sugar all the way to the bagging, from juice all the way to the bagging. I have a lot of experience in quality control. I deal with the fine details. I look into the issues. I troubleshoot the issues. We have a very, very well organized team and a very well organized structure.
How does the concept of being proactive work into your job?
You have to be proactive. I must compliment one of my past supervisors, Mr. Leslie Bennett. Good morning, Mr. Bennett. He always says, Jose, it's always better to be proactive than reactive. Because people say hindsight is 2020, but if you have the foresight that something is wrong, act on it now. Right?
You can't afford to, in a processing facility, you can't afford to be explaining to your boss, I never noticed, I didn't think that this was going to happen, but it did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are being well paid, and it is the confidence is placed on you to be able to anticipate certain things.
Exactly.
I like what I'm hearing. Go
Exactly.
ahead.
And we are trained to look out for the flaws, but we're also trained to look after the human resource. And that's something that I've delved into a lot. I've delved into so much into managing people and learning from my manager that the human resource is what's going to get the job done. The human resource has a potential to take everyone forward. And I superimpose that to my team. Under the leadership of Mr. Philip de la Fuente, he influences us to get the job done. We are the human resource, working along with the greater human resource, which is our municipality, that will get this great municipality into the modern municipality that we need to get it into.
Compañeros, estamos entrando en este tipo de plática para que ustedes mejor conozcan a las personas, que cuando vayan a las urnas a votar, pues identifiquen las personas. Es más, sepan, ¿sabes qué? Yo voy a votar para el equipo UDP porque me da la impresión de que son personas que están mejor preparadas para atender las necesidades del pueblo, pero también son hábiles y capaces de poder platicar con personas, porque su experiencia en el trabajo que tiene le facilita poder sentarse a platicar con las personas, porque muchas veces eso es lo que mucha gente quiere, les encanta, que los escuchen.
Bueno, lo importante también en su discurso que tenemos que afinar es de que una persona que está dedicada a su trabajo le da ese reconocimiento a los que son liderazgos. En el caso político, los liderazgos son la gente, los votantes, que dicen, mira, lo que tú nos indicaste es lo que vamos a trabajar. José esta mañana le dio ese tributo a su jefe, al señor Bennett. Así de que ya estamos viendo en José esa actitud y ese carácter de que tiene el respeto para todos los votantes de Orange Walk. Y mencionó también de que toda esa disciplina y todo lo que ha aprendido y lo que trabaja diariamente en BSI ESR con la gente de seguridad, de mantenimiento, de crecimiento y también de tener eficiencia, todo eso es algo diario, y con eso lo ayuda a trabajar con Philip de la Fuente, el equipo del UDP, para ponerlo en una situación de la municipalidad para poder crear un plan de desarrollo mejor que va a incluir la gente. Y te felicito, José, porque esa es la clase de gente que el pueblo está buscando, que puede hablar con el pueblo, que puede identificar con el pueblo, y todo eso es muy importante para darle una razón a la gente para votar para Philip de la Fuente y el equipo UDP. En otro punto, quisiera hacerte la pregunta directa. Sabemos de que ustedes han estado en campaña. ¿Y qué es la importancia que le has sacado de la gente que te aconseja? Mira, esto es lo que quisiéramos ver, lo anotan. Bueno, ¿sabes qué? Nos van a avisar durante el 3 años o va a ir 3 años y no nos van a decir qué está pasando. Yeah. O si hay colección de finanzas, lo tienen, cómo lo gastan, qué es lo que tenemos y por qué sube unos street licenses y la gente no sabe cómo es la situación. Estos comentarios del público, ¿cómo te ayuda a ti y el equipo para poder hacer un mejor plan para servir a la gente?
Well, Mr. Ruben, whenever we go on a campaign trail, whenever we visit Mr. Ruben's home, good day, Mr. Ruben. How are things? How the family? We're here presenting ourselves as the UDP team. We're not only here to ask for your support. That's paramount to our visit. But we're also here to listen to the concerns that you have, the things that affect you daily. Also, we're asking you for the advice you would give your future municipality, because we know that anyone can paint a pretty picture. My municipality is the best municipality. However, if you don't visit the door to door and you listen to the people and you talk to them and you interact with them. Communication is a four-step process. A person speaks, the other one listens, he processes, and then responds. That communication process operates every time we visit any household and they give us the information that we want. No, to disseminate the information that we have to the wider audience is through these mediums. And we really appreciate what we have now. And when we become the next town council, dissemination of information will never be limited. We will always keep our people enlightened.
So I asked a question to Philip a couple of days ago, and if he's considering having the open meeting type of thing.
Yes, he brought that up.
Yes.
And we gladly welcomed it because we appreciate, every member of the working team has their very particular strength that complements the group. We all appreciate certain things, but we all have certain affections for other things. However, a collective goal for this municipality, for this working group, is to have every single Orange Kenyan developed. And how do you develop a student? Is by informing them, making them aware of the wider environment. And we will inform our municipality of whatever issues that needs to be addressed at whatever platform, because you will be voting in individuals that can do that for you. Not only disseminate information, but work on the ideas that the tongue gives to us.
One of the comments, and this is, I'm not throwing stones at these individuals, but one of the things that is being mentioned about the candidates on the other side is that they all seem to be doing a particular line. In other words, they all work for some company or the other.
No, Emmanuel,
you know what I mean?
Yes, that you're working, and a very important point that Jose brought up. And I listen carefully, and I'm receptive also to discussing other opinions and ideas. But the UDP team has always been talking about the working group, and that resonates with what the people of Orange Walk want. The people of Orange Walk say, "Oh, we will elect this group," and then at the end of the day, where are they? In Belize City, in Corozal, and nobody knows who the councillors are. Every now and then you hear who might be the mayor, but one of the key points that Jose is mentioning, and you referred to Philip, the mayoral candidate, who hopefully, with God's blessing and your vote, will be our next mayor. They're talking about a working group that listens and works for the people. And I think that when you talk about working together to build this road for development for Sugar City and Orange Walk, you say who best can build unless it's a working team? No. The working team is a group. First of all, as Jose said, you listen to the people to get your idea. To develop the idea, you consult with the people, certain people. We have a lot of technical people and intelligent people in our community for consultation. You mentioned that earlier.
Yes.
And the next thing about community participation in meetings, Emmanuel, the Local Governance Act, the law for municipalities, as well as for like village council, municipalities, etc., there is a provision in which the council can invite the public for meetings. And the mayor, and there's also another provision where the mayor, if they have a caucus meeting and a discussion to prepare an agenda for the people, can decide to meet as a caucus to discuss these things. In other words, preparatory discussion, plan presentation, community participation, amendments, and then you move forward. And I like that when he said about the working group and your input as to about meeting with the people.
Okay, guys, it's exactly 8:15. Our director is telling us that we need to go on a break, so we'll take that break and we'll be right back with you after these messages.
Punta Bordertown now has a modern multi-purpose sporting facility thanks to the government of Belize. The brand new complex is double the size of the prior venue, and some of the features include a FIBA certified wooden court with padding underneath, seating capacity for 1,000, changing rooms, locker rooms, and offices. This $3.4 million investment in the town of Punta Gorda is being heralded by the residents of PG.
I feel very excited because this is first time a port like this is built in PG.
This is a big achievement for the town because we have a lot of the youths there when they come out and want to play ball the same way. And this just a put up on another level.
A lot of youths that can't even wait to play on the new court because it's so official and it's something new to PG in the whole.
I want to thank the government of Belize because they look out for PG.
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The new Belize City Civic Center is taking shape at the foot of the Balkan Bridge and is expected to be completed by December 2017. This multi-purpose mega facility will boast an air-conditioned interior with a seating capacity of 4,500, a FIBA-certified wooden main court and 3 practice courts, offices, media boxes, and multiple locker rooms, another basketball court with 24-hour access to the public, and parking for 200 vehicles. This $34 million investment highlights a new era of world-class sporting infrastructure for the entire country of Belize. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
I love my Digicel 4G LTE data. Between work and school, I have to multitask to keep up. When I'm on the move, I have everything I need no matter where I go. Whether it's research for school, emails for work, or Facebook, Snapchat, and YouTube while on those long bus rides, Digicel 4G LTE got me covered. Digicel 4G LTE's nationwide coverage is exactly what I need to get me where I'm going. They're truly the bigger, better network.
I'm about to hit you with the work, boy.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with the cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
o'clock, we have again, like as I mentioned, we have invited guests, and it is our pleasure to have with us Mr. Jose Cocom and also Mr. Ruben Campos. Mr. Jose Cocom is a candidate for the United Democratic Party for the upcoming municipal elections in March 7th?
March 7th, yes.
Good Lord.
First
Less
Wednesday
than
March.
7 weeks.
Yeah.
In
We're close.
approximately.
Close.
7
We can
weeks.
smell it.
Yes, yes. And Mr. Cocom has already spent the first part of the segment talking us about and give about this where he works, his job, and also a little peek into the way he thinks and the way he works and so forth, so we can better know what kind of person Mr. Jose Cocom. So when we go to the polls, we know, yo quiero votar por él porque él me impresionó. Pero what is also important is to talk to Jose and to ask him, what are the projects that are close to your heart? Talk to me. What do you when you become elected? There's certain things that you will want done.
Yes.
Talk to me.
Mr. Emmanuel, I was brought up in a humble home, in a single-parent household. I must say good morning to my mother, Miss Michelle Trejo. Everyone knows Miss Michelle Trejo.
Morning, Michelle.
Yeah. I know what it is to not to have what you needed at the moment you need it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that human development, social development, is the future for any developing nation. You must work on developing the person, because the person is the one that's going to get the job done later on. One of the projects that I hold dear to myself is to start inviting institutions that work towards developing Belizeans, be it by skills, by trades, by whatever form that they can provide to our Orange Kenyans to help them become self-sustainable, help them become independent. We want to see an Orange Walk one day where the middle class is an optimum working class. You want to see an Orange Walk where everyone has the capability and is certified to do a job that you want them to be. A lot of people in Orange Walk Town have the skills and have the will to get the job done. But a limiting factor that always occurs, and I see it at my job site as well, is that one piece of paper. However, if you would have an institution like, for example, BIM or BTEC or whatever institution certifies the common man to get a job in whatever industry that exists in Belize right now, man, Orange Kenyans will have a brighter future. Because all Orange Kenyans, and like we mentioned early in the morning, and we revert back to Ms. Delvey, we all have that potential to do something great with our talents. We all have a niche to fill. Orange Kenyans can do that. You need the platform to get it done. And under Mr. Philip de la Fuente and your working team, we will get you the opportunity that you need to develop yourself as a wholesome individual in Orange Walk Town, taking us into the future as the blueprint of the modern municipality. We are not going to focus on infrastructure, which is essential. It is in fact a duty of any municipality to develop infrastructure. We think out of the box. We want to go beyond traditional rules, because if we stay in the traditional rules, the world is going to pass us by. We need to have that foresight to look into the future and the needs of our municipality. We have individuals on the team that can help you get the job done.
You mentioned that you would be, just to elaborate a little bit further on what you plan to do. You mentioned certain key players, like BIM. Some BIM and so forth, that offer you classes in management and other. So if you would become, and when you become a town council member, you will be focusing or creating a platform where you will be holding some sort of workshops and facilitating, creating that growing environment, creating that environment where people can actually come in and say, "Boss, tell you what, I can't apply for this thing because, you know, I need only workshop, I need only seminar on something, something. So your actions would reflect on the needs of the people.
Exactly.
And I guess that is the importance that you get, Jose, when you go as a team host to campaign, to listen to the people. Yep. And as you mentioned earlier, listening to the people, you come up with these ideas to serve the people from the bottoms up to the top. Because in most, the way I listen to you is, in most cases, people sit down in an office and develop, this is what I'll do. But in the case of Philip Del Fuente, your team, you are going out, listening to the people, and you are listening with the intent to become better servers when you get elected on March 7th, Philip, and the UDP. So that is very important to note that your team is focused on listening, planning, and as Emmanuel rightly said, you will reach out to others to get to partner with, rather than this current team saying, well, we don't need nobody, but like we mentioned before, we need everybody to work together.
Mr. Ruben, I've been indoctrinated into the idea that if we don't let all these components in any machine work as a coherent unit, the job will never be completed. We must agree that to get the job done, everyone must play their part. And everyone has a key role. You mentioned this morning about everybody has a position in the wheel. Everybody have a spoke. The town council has a spoke. The people has a spoke. The central government has a spoke. These institutions that are geared to developing the human capacity has a spoke. And we must get all these spokes together to get the wheel spinning. We don't have to reinvent the wheel, no, Mr. Emmanuel.
No, we don't.
We don't have to reinvent. We just have to get this ball rolling and get the job on the way. I like the team that I have. I love the team that I have because Mr. Philip De La Fuente, and a lot of people who don't know him realize it when they meet him. He's a very proactive person. He's not laid back. He's not a laissez-faire leader that's, okay, this is going to pass, don't worry about it, someone's going to handle it. No. He's a hands-on leader.
And what I think is significant is also the fact that within that team, you have different people doing different kinds of work.
Yes,
In other words, you have yourself being an employee of an interprocessing at BSI ASR. You have Philip, who is into pharmacy. You have Yara, who is a teacher. You have, and it goes on, Mr. Usher being an electrician.
Yeah.
And so all of these things are
we're professionals in our field.
Professionals in your field. So
Mr. Emmanuel, just to add to that, we want to foster the idea of professionalism across the board. Mm-hmm. We need to allow that idea to manifest amongst the people who want to join the working class, people who want to participate in these capacity building programs, because professionalism is key in displaying your talent. Nobody wants to work with someone who just shows up for the work and leaves at the end of the day and doesn't give you that 100% that you know they can give you. Professionalism will take you that further step, will help you be ambitious and help you achieve more than you thought you could have. Allowing the Orange Kenya, the common Orange Kenya, to develop themselves will allow that idea of professionalism to manifest within them, complement the goal that we have for developing an optimum Orange working force, furthering development of our middle class that we need in Orange Town.
Now, when you talk about the development, now we also have Ajisha, who is a young person. You have Evan Williams also, who is
right. We forgot to mention those.
With IT development, and then I listened to you, and if election day was right now, I would take my pen, I would vote for Philip De La Fuente and the UDP 7 down the line, because you convinced me, and I will invite the people to listen to what you're saying, because you convinced me that your team is the correct team that Orange Walk needs to focus in upliftment and growth.
Exactly.
Because your background working at the company where you need to streamline partnership, to be accountable, to be precise, is exactly what the community of Orange Walk, our beloved Sugar City, deserves. And when you look at the slate of our people, you come from a single parent. Yara is a single parent. When you look at Yara, by the way, Yara Vieda is Mr. Maito's daughter. You know we get Maitos Panares. So she comes from a background of hardworking.
Yes.
A hardworking family. She's a teacher. She's a single parent that, like your mother, it's not about giving up, but rather of doing more. And she's a teacher dealing with students that she can impart that security and that strength that a woman can say, I will succeed, we shall succeed, you shall graduate, you won't stay there. So, I mean, your presentation, I wish you continue with that, because that is exactly what we're looking at, to build a stronger foundation for the development of Orange Walk. So the question I want to ask, a follow-up question to Emmanuel. You talk about your passion for doing things and such. Now, how important in your campaign is it to engage the community, say the business sector, for example, to work along with the UDP Town Council to ignite a strategy for economic growth and job creation? How important is that?
Well, like you mentioned, Mr. Robin, that key players need to be involved in to get the road built. We can never underestimate the capacity of the business community, because we know that they are the ones that keep the local economy going. We plan and we welcome any member of the business community and the business community on a whole to work along with us, because we're not looking for any self-development in forms of material things. We're looking for the betterment of Orange Walk Kenyans. We want to welcome them because we must have to listen to their needs.
Look at partnership development thing, something like that.
Like I mentioned earlier, the goal of our town council is to develop an optimum working class. An optimum working class would allow any business community to be more efficient, to be more productive, therefore assisting the local economy in growing. When you assist your local economy to grow, your middle class grows. When your middle class grows, more money for everybody.
Now, I will put something that I heard in discussion, Emmanuel. We're talking about northern development in the north. And again, with due respect, and gratitude to the one of our late mayors, Alfredo Martinez, the brother of Emmanuel. He was one of our great ambassadors that reached out. We're close to Mexico, where we have this economic growth and partnership. Do you envision, whilst your 3-year term is in there, to establish let me just use the word openly that exists, an ambassador maybe to go to form sister connections, maybe Orange Walk Town, Chetumal, and etc., Central America and the Caribbean, so that we can invite people to share ideas and how to grow together in our terms. Do you envision that possibility?
Mr. Ruben, Belize is not the only country in the world. We must appreciate that we are part of a wider network of countries, and being that our neighbors are just like me and Mr. Emmanuel could be neighbors today. Eventually, some day will come that I will be needing him. The day will come he'll be needing something from me. If we can allow our partnership to grow, I know it will assist in any form of development that we want for each other respective towns and plans. Yes, to answer your question, we need the participation of all our neighbors, not only from our international neighbors, but also from our local neighbors, being the other districts. So, with that said, we welcome whatever challenges comes in our way. We welcome whatever assistance that comes to our way, because we know that we will be needing help in developing Orange Walk Town. We have all the plans that we need, but we know there's more plans out there. There are more ideas that we are gladly welcoming to help our plan be successful for the town. That's why we listen to the people when we go to their doors, because we have to make sure that we listen to them and gather that idea at the end of the day and see how it funnels into the particular roles that we want to play in our municipality. We need to put priorities where they're needed. So therefore, listening to the concerns, listening to the advice that these people have. I mean, there's a lot of advice. There's a lot of concerns. Orange Walk Kenyans are not ignorant to the issues that are affecting them. Your working team is not ignorant to your concerns. And Mr. Philip De La Fuente is a leader that not only says, move on to the other house. In that 10 seconds from one door to the other, he would be mentioning, we need to get that done. We need to focus on that because that's something that affecting not one, but the collective community.
I was busy just now, and pardon, but I was busy just now trying to pull up the financial statements of the Orange Walk Town Council. And I have them right in front of me right now. Come March 2017, this is last year's financial report. And it is right in front of us where it says that their total income was anticipated to be $3.75 million, but that they, at the end of the day, they ended up receiving $3.85 million. And if you can see here, their expenditures in terms of personal emoluments, which is salaries, was supposed to be $1.5 million. That's what they had programmed. But lo and behold, it went to 2.2 million Belize dollars.
700.
So, $700,000 above what they had forecasted and budgeted. $2.2 million in salaries, ladies and gentlemen. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Martinez, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Ruben Campos.
Morning, my brother.
And my good friend, Jose Cocom.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm looking at the show you have today. I'm glad I put it on. Jose, I want to start with you. You are a great guy.
Thank you.
A smart guy.
Thank you very much.
One of the things that impressed me is that I feel that you are a true Belizean who loves his country and its people. And therefore, you have offered yourself to serve in whichever way you can, to do great things for your community, for the people you serve, for Belize. So, Jose, I want to congratulate you.
Thank you very much.
I'm grateful to know that you have offered yourself to work for Enjoy. Congrats, Jose. Congrats. Keep it up, my brother. I know you're a great person. I know you'll do